Hey guys, so you had paper 2 yesterday and I thought I'd do a quick summary of some of the questions and topics that came up and some of the topics that might come up in paper 3. Firstly, give yourselves a pat on the back. That's 2 maths exams down, only 1 more to go, so well done to you. And on the screen right now is the unofficial mark scheme, so some of the proposed marks. I can't guarantee they're correct, but you can have a quick look. So here I've got the questions, the topics, the marks, and the answers. So you can see we've had indices, lowest common multiple, highest common factor, equation of a straight line, percentages and ratio, table of completing a table of values, graphing the quadratic. We had a pressure question, enlargement, probability, compound interest, vectors, column vectors, functions, composite functions, graphs of proportionality, a geometric proof, and then a distance time graph, probability trees, drawing a graph of a circle, solving simultaneous equations graphically. You had a histogram question. There was a question about an angle between a line and a plane. There was another sphere question, questions about rationalizing the denominator, and a density question. So you can see the marks there as well. And I did a quick check of the topics that have come up. These are some of the topics I predicted might come up in paper 2 from my last video. And out of those topics, there was quadratic graphs in this paper, simultaneous equations, kind of, as in solving them with a graph. There was a compound interest question, upper and lower bounds question, which was essentially this question here about density that also involved upper and lower bounds. There was a vectors question, and there was a question on histograms. Now, topics remaining for paper 3, there still hasn't been an iterations question. Standard form, I just put that there because there's usually a standard form question, but it's not really a big deal. There still hasn't really been a question on polygons involving interior and exterior angles. Still no sequences question, still no questions on rearranging formula, no cumulative frequency. And in terms of trigonometry, there hasn't really been a difficult proof involving the cosine rule. So maybe something like that could come up, I'm not sure. There hasn't really been, well, there was that algebraic proof question in paper 1. So I just put algebraic proof down to kind of say, well, maybe they'll bring out another question kind of along those lines, because they can be quite difficult. There hasn't been any questions on graphing inequalities, so you know when they give you the inequalities and you have to graph the lines and shade the area that represents those inequalities. There hasn't been a question about that. There hasn't been a recurring decimals question, so you know they give you the recurring decimal and you have to change it into a fraction. There hasn't been a question covering that. There hasn't been a question involving counting. So you know you have a code and you have to say how many possible variations of that code could there be, and there hasn't been a Venn diagrams question. And of course there are many other topics that could come up in paper 3. These are just some that come to mind. Check out websites like Corbett Maths, Dr. Frost Maths, and Just Maths. They come up with really good lists and predicted papers for topics that you might want to practice. But these are just a few that might come up. So again, well done on completing paper 2. I hope it went well. Let me know how it went in the comments. Enjoy your weekend. Try to have a little bit of downtime over the weekend. Almost finished, guys. Not long to go, and soon you'll be enjoying your summer break. So keep your heads up. Keep going strong. You'll get there eventually. See you in the next one. Bye for now.